Hey air signs, I'm Laquana Divine. I'm here to bring you your May spiritually guided overview reading. So, for those of you who are new, thank you for subscribing and welcome to my channel. If you are not familiar with the air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So, as air signs, when I was meditating earlier, the key word I heard for you all, and the term that is going to help you for the whole entire month of May is flexibility. Flexibility. So remember to be flexible this month, all right? I want to thank you guys for your love donations. Thank you to everyone who reaches out for personal readings. It's my pleasure to serve you with my gift. So before we get into the reading, I'm going to take a deep breath in. And just so you know, the messages that come forth can be applied to your sun, moon, rising, Venus, your cusps, those of you who are on the cusps, your Mars, your Jupiter, wherever you have these particular placements at in your birth chart. And for those of you who are not familiar with the birth chart, you can go to Cafe, C-A-F-E, astrology.com to do your birth chart. Your birth chart is the blueprint of your soul. There is so much valuable information in there. For those of you who are not familiar with it, please get very acquainted, because you are more than just, let's just say you're watching this video because you're a Gemini. Well, you're more than just a Gemini, okay? If you're watching this video because you're a Libra, you're more than just a Libra. If you're watching this video because you're an Aquarius, you're more than just an Aquarius. You have a moon sign, and your moon sign represents how you are on an emotional level. See, most people only know their sun sign, and your sun sign just speaks on your characteristics, okay? Your disposition, how you are, alright? But your moon sign will describe to you how you are on an emotional level. Your rising sign, or you may see it as your ascendant sign, will describe to you how other people view you, how you are in new environments. So for those of you who aren't familiar with birth charts, please go to Cafe Astrology, and I will put it in the description box. But go and do your birth chart, alright? And get very acquainted with it. Because on a soul level, you chose to be born to the parent you were born to, and the city and state you were born in, on the day you were born, the year you were born, the month, and even the time. You needed to be born on these days for a particular reason, so you can have the tools that you needed for yourself on a soul level. But I'm not going to ramble on about that. I'm going to get into the reading. Let's go ahead and take a beautiful deep breath in. For those of you who are new, I like to ring my singing bell so that we can connect to our higher selves, which is the part of us that's always connected to the divine, connected to the Most High. It's the part of us that wants the highest good for not only ourselves, but for other people as well. It also helps us to ground ourselves. So let's take a beautiful deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, breathe. Beautiful. So like I said earlier, remember the key word for you all this month is flexibility, alright? Being open to compromise, being open to change. Flexibility is what's going to help you successfully navigate May. But we're going to get into some crystals and affirmations as well to see what other tools can assist you this month. Divine Source, benevolent spirit guides, benevolent ancestors, What is going to help the air signs navigate the month of May? You already told me to tell them flexibility. We got all those that came out. And if I'm not mistaken, one of these, this Dalmatian Jasper looks familiar. All right, air signs. Let's see what's going on this month. Dalmatian Jasper brings up the issue of loyalty. All right. And it says, are you having issues with being loyal? Are you building relationships with trustworthy and reliable people? Or are you having issues? Let me start over because I read that wrong. Are you having issues with loyalty? So are you having issues with people being loyal to you? Are you having issues with people who don't stay true to their word? Maybe they tell you they're going to do something and they don't. Dalmatian Jasper is a stone that will help you. All right? Are you building relationships with trustworthy and reliable people? Are you having issues with being faithful? Take a look at your own level of fidelity and dependability. Make a pledge to be loyal to yourself and others. And the affirmation for Dalmatian Jasper is, I attract loyal, thoughtful people and situations into my life. I'm loyal to my friends and to myself. I devote time and energy to building and maintaining meaningful relationships with myself and others. I trust myself fully. Loyalty. I'm going to hold it here for a few seconds for those of you who like to screenshot or maybe you like to write things down. But this is an awesome affirmation for those of you who are dealing with issues of loyalty. All right. The next one that came out, dear air signs, is Apophyllite. An apophyllite deals with getting a better understanding of a particular situation in your life. Do you wish to gain a better understanding of a situation? If I'm not mistaken, y'all, this came out last month because I remember telling y'all to meditate. So evidently, some of y'all were meditating for the same message to come out for me. But it says it's time to meditate. Sit in silence. Open your consciousness. Listen for your soul's truth and embrace it without judgment. Mental clarity and self-acceptance are gifts of a regular meditation practice. So some of you really need to learn to incorporate meditation into your routine. All right? Because this wouldn't be coming out again if it didn't ring true for you all. So if you didn't practice meditation last month, make sure you're practicing it this month because you can find yourself getting insight to a lot of things. All right? And the affirmation is, I am blessed with great mental clarity. I clear my mind effortlessly and intimately know and trust my inner truth. I accept myself without judgment. I meditate regularly with great ease and enjoy being insightful. All right. The next one is Chrysocolla. Why do I feel like this is a repeat? If I'm not mistaken, this came out too. Now, it may not have been for y'all, but I remember this came out last month. But Chrysocolla really talks about, and you know what, you guys, this is another reoccurring theme, being sure to take care of your health. All right? Health issues have came up for every single one of my overviews that I have done so far. And you guys are my last one that I'm working on. And for every single one, Spirit wants to remind us all to take care of our health, all right? But Chrysocolla can help those of you who deal with any type of inflammation, all right? I was explaining to the ladies that if you are one that deals with menstrual cramps, Chrysocolla will help you. You can just hold it, or you can put it on the area that's cramping, but it will definitely help you, okay? Are you dealing with an inflamed or unbalanced situation? Do you have imbalances in your body? Balance your emotions through journaling. Try journaling, guys. It helps so much. You can also try exercise. And you can also make sure that you are communicating healthily. So it says balance your emotions through journaling, exercise, and healthy communication. Take care of your body, mind, and spirit. Yoga and meditation are beneficial. The affirmation is, my body is healthy and in balance. My cells naturally regenerate and rejuvenate themselves so that all of my systems function harmoniously. I am calm and relaxed. I exercise regularly. I enjoy my meditation practice on a regular basis. Please, you guys, incorporate this into your everyday routine. Even if you just go for a walk. Do you know walking is exercise? You don't even have to walk fast. You can walk at a regular pace. But when you walk, it gets your heart rate going. Alright? So definitely make sure you exercise if you are not one that exercises on a regular basis. And last but not least, the crystal that came out was black obsidian. And black obsidian deals with the energy of those of you who feel like you're just all over the place. If you feel scattered, definitely get yourself some black obsidian. Have you been feeling scattered lately? Are you unable to focus on what's important? I promise you guys, I feel like this came out for y'all. Excuse me if I'm wrong, but this came out for somebody. A lot of these cards are repeats from last month. Look at all that is going on around you. Prioritize your intentions. Focus on one thing at a time. Ground yourself so that you can accomplish your goals. The affirmation is, I am focused and stay on track until a matter or situation is settled or complete. I accomplish what I set out to do. I pay attention and listen carefully. I am attentive to my own needs and the needs of others. Black obsidian. All right. Whew. It's a need of taking care of ourselves. So let me go into my Angel Answers deck. I'm going to see what messages come out for you, dear air signs. That's going to give you some insight or help you. Oh, wow. Those are jumpers. All of those cards jumped out. Wow. Wow. This is another one. And didn't I tell y'all? Flexibility is what's going to help you for this whole entire month. And what did I say? I said that's even if you just have to be open to change or willing to compromise. And what card come out? Wow. Spirit be trying to be funny. Because, see, I'll say something, right? And then Spirit will be like, let me go ahead and put this card out here for this girl. Oh, my gosh. But this is just confirmation, you guys. That flexibility is the key for you this month. All right? And it's going to help you. So, the first card that came out is yes. So, you may have been questioning something, right? And the answer is yes. All right? But this is not the yes with the exclamation mark. So, this yes is one of those yeses where things have to be lined up first. All right? But the answer is still yes. All right? Also, we got, there's no need to worry. So don't worry about anything. All right? We also got recovery. This is another card. And I know why this card keeps coming out, because Spirit really does want us to focus on our health. All right? Our physical health, our mental health, our spiritual health. All right? Because I'm getting ready to read some astrological aspects to you all. And you're going to see why Spirit constantly is telling us to focus on our health, okay? But we got recovery, all right? So this is you needing to recover from something that may have happened last month, or you being in the need to recover from something that happens this month in May. But definitely take some time out to recover, which is why Spirit constantly keeps telling you all since last month to meditate. Spend some quiet time. All right? All of these tools that are coming out is what's going to help you for May. This isn't an individual read. I will have the individual readings for each sign out within the next week or the next couple of weeks. But as far as the element of air, dear air signs, dear Gemini, Libras, and Aquarius, please make sure you're meditating. Please make sure you're taking some time out to yourself, all right? And remember, compromise is what's going to help you. Being flexible, all right? But I'm going to go into my flower deck, and I'm going to see what other messages come forth for the air signs for the month of May. We got carnation. This carnation, this that going through the fire. This is coming out transformed and renewed. You see her? She's burning in that fire, but she's embracing it. Because she knows she's going to come out on that other side. Refreshed and renewed, right? Carnation. So let me go into my guidebook. Carnation, Spirit. Why did carnation come out? For the air signs for the month of May. Carnation represents rebirth. Oh yeah, it's going to definitely be a lot of rebirths. Because when I get into these astrological energies that's going on, you're going to get to really see what's going on, alright? But it represents rebirth. It also represents beauty, heart healing, longevity, love, perspective, rebirth, and vigor. Whether you realize it or not, you, for the month of May, are in the midst of a very powerful and positive transformation. In some very real way, you and your life circumstances are being reborn. And the object of your inquiry for May has something to do with the shift. In reality, nothing ever ends. Everything simply transforms from one state to another. Letting go of the old always makes room for the new. Always. When one door closes, another door opens. And the bitterest challenges can be exactly the things that allow us to fully savor life's sweetest blessings. There's activity around you, and there's also activity within you in the forms of thoughts, feelings, and judgments. But if you take a moment to tune in, can you see that there is something beyond all of that? An awareness that observes and allows. Can you notice an open, empty consciousness that does not identify with time, space, or ego? When you connect with this 0-point field of your being, you can allow this rebirthing process to flower in the most beautiful way. You won't grasp and you won't judge. Or if you do, you will be able to allow even that with humor and forgiveness. When you notice your thoughts struggling, worrying, remember, there's no need to worry. Or when you notice your thoughts getting obsessive, don't fight them. Smile at them. Step back from them and let them spin out and run their course without giving them any extra energy. This is the mindset that will transform your challenges into fertile compost and let your transformation blossom forth in all its glory. Air signs. I'm getting ready to run down a list of things. I want you to pay close attention to those things that resonate with you, all right? What you thought was a tragedy was simply a transformation from one state to another. Surrender to change and embrace the process. You are undergoing a positive rebirthing process, and the divine is currently infusing you with great physical and spiritual power. Your current changes will ultimately prove to be positive in very important ways. Your seeming challenges are sowing the seeds of great blessings. Allow yourself to fully feel your feelings, but do not attach or identify with them. Release the old to make room for the new. This situation relates to a past life relationship issue or challenge. Trust me, when I get into all of these planets that have gone retrograde, we are definitely, not just you all as air signs, but all of us as a collective can possibly be dealing with some things that stem from a previous life. All right? And that correlates with Saturn being retrograde. I haven't got into that yet, but I will as soon as I finish running down these list of things for this carnation card. You're being suggested to get a past life regression or listen to a past life regression meditation recording to release the past and gain clarity on the present. Spend time with carnation. Inhale the scent. Or you can bring carnation into your garden. You can also take the homeopathic flower essence remedy. Now I am going to get into all of these planets that are retrograde. Let's start off with the planet Saturn. Anytime a planet is retrograde, the energy of that planet becomes more inward. Alright? During this inward phase, we have the opportunity to review or reflect our inner self as it relates to the past. The past may be this life, or it could even relate to previous incarnations of your soul. While a retrograde planet can have a bad rap of creating chaos within our lives, these challenges can actually produce wonderful opportunities for growth. And remember, the Carnation card already talked about the transformations, alright? So that's why I was telling you all that not just for you all as air signs, but for everyone. From May all the way into the fall, all of us on a collective level are going to be going inward, right? We're going to be faced to definitely deal with some things that we may not want to deal with, right? So in astrology, Saturn is often referred to as the planet of karma and also rules discipline, or the dispenser of justice. It also represents structure, wisdom, ambition, and practicality. It also represents realism and responsibility. Saturn is a planet that guides us to face our personal reality and is thorough, unrelenting, and helps to break down our control issues. Saturn deals with self-discipline. When Saturn is in retrograde, it is not a time to take shortcuts, but an opportunity to take things slowly and do it correctly the first time around. Because if you don't do it right the first time around, you will find yourself revisiting the same thing over and over again. Even if you're working on a project, if you don't do the project right, it's probably going to end up falling apart. You're probably going to have typos. So you want to make sure you do it right the first time around. You want to make sure you're practicing patience with yourself as well. With Saturn retrograde, authority, can be an issue. You may feel like fighting the system. It could be an authority figure in your family, at your place of work, or you could be looking at the government and upset with them for what they're doing and all the lies they tell. When Saturn is retrograde, there also tends to be a lack of boundaries. So be mindful of saying yes to everything, right? You don't got to say yes to everything. But remember, for you, dear air signs, compromise is what's going to help you. So although you don't have to say yes to everything, just make sure you're compromising when you know you need to. All right? So you should take the time during Saturn retrograde to do some deep soul searching. Assess what needs to change and prepare for this change once Saturn goes direct. And it's going to go direct on September 18th. All right? So it went retrograde on April 29th. And it won't be direct until September 18th. All right? Also, with Saturn being retrograde, it's going to allow us to review, reassess, revisit, readdress, redo, redesign, redirect, reconnect, research, and recalibrate our plans. Because sometimes we rush along in life without fully considering our basic assumptions or actions. Saturn retrograde allows us to stop, look, listen, and redirect our energies more productively. Another planet that has gone retrograde is Pluto. Pluto went retrograde on April 24th. And it's going to last all the way until October 3rd. So all of these planets that are going retrograde are going to be retrograde all the way until fall. So from now until fall, we have a time to really readdress some things that need to be addressed so that we can deal with them and not have to deal with them anymore. All right? So remember, it could be something from your childhood, your teenage years. It could be something that happened 3 months ago that you just didn't pay attention to. You just suppress your feelings about it. It can be anything that comes up from your past that you're going to be forced to have to deal with. All right? And when it comes to Pluto, Pluto is going to make you deal with your shadow self, right? It's going to make you deal with that part of you that you may not even want to deal with. All right? So in astrology, Pluto is all about transformation. It's about death and rebirth. It's about destruction and reformation. It's about endings and beginnings. Pluto represents our subconscious forces, okay? It rules all that is below the surface. Pluto is responsible for breaking down the old and making room for the new. And just like Saturn, Pluto can represent that power and that control, okay? It can represent as well those authority figures. So, this Pluto retrograde, right, is going to change you from head to toe, honey. From your soul to your body, from your spirit to your mind. You won't notice the changes at first because they're going to slowly creep up on you. They're going to be altering one moment at a time. And by October, you will look back at this time and see someone completely different from who you are now. All right? All of these changes that are coming forth are for the better. Lots of changes come with Pluto retrograde, and we can either adapt or be dragged through that change, kicking and screaming. But either way, you're going to have to deal with it. So now is the time to go with the flow. Embrace the change. Embrace your flaws and your wounds. Analyze your motivations and methods and move forward. There will be challenges, obstacles, pain, and maybe even loss, but there will also be reward, revelation, gratification, and confidence. And last but not least, on the retrograde plane is Uranus. And Uranus is that planet of change, is also the planet of freedom. And anytime Uranus go retrograde, it's about accessing what makes you feel free. What does freedom mean to you? So with all of these changes, dear air signs, one thing I want you guys to know, that on May 4th is the Taurus new moon. Remember, anytime it's a new moon, it's a time of setting those intentions on what you wish to manifest, all right? So remember, it's going to be a lot of inward work going on, okay? And then on May 18th, we have the Scorpio full moon. Scorpios are all about that deep-seated stuff. What is within, all right? So definitely be sure to be accessing these things within you that needs to come up, okay? So this is your overview. Remember, the key word for you, dear air signs, for this whole month is flexibility. Remember, compromise. And only compromise when needed to. Don't be compromising about everything, okay? Especially if it's not, in the best benefit for you. But compromise when you know you need to, okay? And that concludes your overview for the month of May, dear air signs. As I stated before, I will have your individual readings out. All right? I'm Laquana Divine. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys soon.